Good afternoon, classmates. Good afternoon, ma'am. Awulay Nafisa Ibra for the Information Communication Technologies for Development. And by the way, what is Information Communication Technologies for Development? Information Communication Technologies for Development is an initiative aimed at bridging the digital divide, the disparity between technological have and have not, geographic locations or demographic groups, and aiding economic development by ensuring equitable access to up to date communications technologies. Information and technology include any communication device encompassing radio, television, cellular phones, computer and network hardware and software, satellite systems, and so on, as well as the various services and applications associated with them, such as conferencing and distance learning. The United Nations, through its UN Development Program, actively promotes ICT4D, or the Information Communication Technologies for Development, as a powerful tool for economic and social development around the world. And as you can see in the PPT or the PowerPoint, information communication technologies development is interpreted of which information as the exchange of messages. It is the content of material obtained from the outside world in the process of adaptation of a person to it, according to Wiener in 1993. It is also using information communication and technologies, automates automates and robotizes all branches of production, creates an integrative communication system. It also improves information sources and careers, which lead to its radical transformation. And how does the information entered the development discourse? So, as the world becomes more digital, the success of all types of organization depends more and more on how good they are at the processing information. This is not just a narrow issue about technology, but about organizations as information processing entitles or entities. At the same time, it is becoming more important for organizations to respond effectively to a changing environment. So, as a static view of information is not enough. However, organizations are finding this challenge difficult. Companies are beginning to report high failure rates for digital transformation, similar to failure rates for large scale transformation in general. There are too many legacy systems, too much technical debt, and too many functional and business unit data. Develops a connection related model of information processing that shows how information evolution applies to any organizations. And in characteristic modern society, the concept of information society is widely used, which was introduced by a scientist from Japan Yu Hayashi in the year 1969. The concept of the information society developed gradually, forming the scientific direction or the information philosophy, exploring the problems of applying information theoretical and computing technologies to the problems of philosophy. And we have that the philosophical concept of the information society as a result of dialectical analysis of social, cultural, technological foundations as the basis for the development of information and informational technologies from a philosophical point of view. The entire objectively existing world has an information structure. Information embodied in knowledge or in technology becomes a product and a reflection of social being uh, having a certain impact on the public consciousness. So, what is the development discourse? Development discourse refers to the process of communication that occurs when two or more people talk about how a country or region is progressing. The term is often used, however, to more specifically refer to the language and terminology used to discuss these things and how that communication may or may not be affected. There are few different ways in which this type of discourse can be approached, even though it is often used to analyze and consider forms of meta communication. The term meta is often used to refer to a process that evaluates or refers to itself in some way. And what is the government's role in making information available? Information, moreover, greater transparency can help reestablish trust between government and its citizens. It is critical to work with both government and civil society. There is co-responsibility in the development of what is a vibrant access to an information program. The government must pass a good law and implement the necessary procedures and processes, while civil society has the responsibility of using the law of monitoring government's efforts. Both support is needed. Technology has become a fundamental component in many areas of our daily lives, as well as our children's, within the confuseness of the classroom, confineness rather of the classroom, and learning environment technology can be both learning environment technology can be also both the beneficial and problematic for students. And there are also suggested guidelines of how the government's rule make available in the information. We have that the public good, collaboration with all the stakeholders, market and policy analysis, focus on achieving results, not the mechanism and processes, criteria for government funding, and the program effectiveness. Also, we have that some examples of cons and pros of education and information communication technologies for development. For the pro examples, we have that using technology can excite young students. Today, it is not uncommon for many school age children to have first encountered technological devices as their toddlers. As just students tend to associate laptops, tablets, and other similar devices with fun and excitement, tablets and other similar devices, consequently, technology in the classroom not only helps to harness and attention excitement while in the classroom but inaugurates traditional learning experiences. We have that also prepares students for the future. Our world is only becoming more reliant on technology, and having a good understanding of common technological devices and their uses is critical to prepare children for success in primary and secondary education. It is never too early for young children to begin building skills and knowledge that they can carry through their educational and professional careers. In this sense, exposure into technology in early education is a great way to begin building a foundation for success. And for the cons example, we have that one use of technology can distract students. Computers can provide young children with access to inappropriate content or information if the proper security measures are not put into place. website blockers, internet filters, and close supervision can help to prevent children from being exposed to trust and lessons in etiquette or proper use of the internet can instill good web rather judgment and habits at early age. And the second one is we have that removes children from opportunities for socializations. Studies have suggested that more individuals throughout society are becoming disconnected and isolated because of the links that technology provides through social networks. Young children who spend more time engaging with uh, some devices may not spend as much as the time interacting with their peers. And that's all for the group 1.